Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Oh, hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome to another episode of Live with Colby Rebel. And I am so excited to have you here tonight. An amazing show planned. And this is going to be really exciting. So we are going to talk about one of my good friends, my mentor, though, my teacher, my mama bear, my big mama bear that is always there when you need her, and what she's doing and how she's changing mediumship and everything that she takes on, and yet still manages to take care of her family and take care of her student. It's a lot. So anyhow, I just want to welcome Lisa Williams to the show. Hello, Lisa.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I am so good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me back on your show.
Oh my goodness, I'm always going to have you on. And you know, it's such an honor. I don't even know how you make time for me because you got such a busy schedule. So I'm super excited.
I look at my schedule and I think, oh my God. So that's why I only look 2 weeks ahead. I can only look 2 weeks ahead. Otherwise I just get exhausted. So
yeah.
That's the way I manage it.
But, you know, we've got a lot going on because we are about to embark on another World Summit.
I know. Can you believe it? It's like the third one. It's like crazy.
I know.
I'm super excited. And obviously you're part of it. We've got lots of master teachers all around the world. And I'm so excited. It's just unbelievable that we've got this available for people. So I feel very blessed to be on the journey with everyone.
Yeah, so this one is, for anyone who doesn't know, it's level 2, level 3, and it's a psychic medium, 12 weeks. It's online, then 4 days in person. And they've got these 12 weeks with you. So yes. What kind of things are you going to take them through on these 12 weeks?
Well, I mean, you know, you've done it. You've done this, but you know what it's like. I mean, it's not easy. I'll always tell you it's not easy, but it's a challenging 12 weeks. But the 12 weeks take you through everything that you can ever imagine within psychic and mediumship. And in my world, I feel as though it's really important to actually take people back to basics. So when you can take people back to basics, you almost strip them away of bad habits and rebuild them. So anyone who has already got an experience in mediumship, don't let that put you off, because understandably you say, oh, basics, here we go. But actually, as a teacher, when I go back to basics, it really strengthens and pushes my own mediumship and my own gift.
Yes.
So we go through absolutely everything from, you know, all the clairs, how we develop a message, how we deliver a message, all of what's important, how the client reacts. And, you know, there's a lot of exercises in there, which, trust me, you've already done. So they're quite daunting, some of them, but they're fun. And, you know, they also get a lot of telephone calls with me. So I do mentoring sessions with the group, help them through, answer any questions that they may be going through. And then I release them off to master teachers for that final few days where they're face to face with their own master teacher.
Yeah, it really is, though. It is so empowering, and the students, they learn so much. They learn so much about their own gifts. They learn how to trust, how to surrender, but also really how to get more detail and to develop their connection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what? It is about developing their connection, because you know full well as a medium, you can sit back and you can make it easy for yourself, and you can sit back in a comfy armchair and not push yourself, but you're still doing amazing reading. But it's about pushing yourself to the next level. We all do it. I mean, there's sometimes that I'll sit back and, oh, I've got your grandmother, blah, blah, blah. But then there's times where I'll push it. I'm like, hey, this person was an artist, or this is what they enjoyed. Why am I tasting spaghetti? This was their favorite food. And it's about pushing to get that evidence and pushing to get more accuracy. You know, and it's funny because I always say that you have to keep working as a medium, even ourselves.
Yes.
And so recently I've been working on getting animal names.
Oh, good.
Which is so crazy. I've been working on getting dog names because I get a lot of animals that come through. And so it's you know, when you push yourself to the next level, it's amazing what you can get. And it starts to shock yourself. So, but sometimes you just need that little nudge by someone who is really going to help you and really going to nurture you as well, which I'm very thankful that all my master teachers do that with all their students.
Yeah, I think what's great about the master teachers, they're all over the world. So there's a master teacher close to wherever somebody lives, or at least not too far, a flight away, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And the other thing, too, is all the master teachers, you know, we have that same foundation, but they all have a little bit of a different style or a little bit of a different personality. So I think that there's an energy that matches a student, which is really, really nice.
It's true because, you know, it's funny because one of the master teachers right at the very, very beginning, she said to me, who is going to want to come to me? Because, you know, I'm raw, I swear like a trooper, I am, you know, I just don't care. I'm very blunt. And I said, you know, you'll attract those people who actually vibe with you. So don't worry about any of that, which you feel as though are your imperfections, but actually they're perfect for a student who can vibe with your energy. And that's the beauty of it, is that we all vibe with different energies. You've got your group that, you know, you've obviously worked with, you're building, you've got your followers, and so they vibe with yours, and everybody else has their own. So it's so important for people to realize that, you know, you've got a wealth of people to choose from, and you've got different knowledges.
Yes.
You know, different sort of like knowledge throughout the group.
Mm-hmm.
Some are more specialized in psychic. Some are specialized in mediumship, in platform. Some are specialized in medical intuition. So there's a lot of diversity throughout the master teacher group, which is what I was aiming for at the beginning of the concept of creating the school.
Yeah, it is really neat. Jennifer Schaefer and I, another one of your students, good friend of mine, she is on here. We do Vino and Voices once a month. But she and I were just talking, and it was amazing that, gosh, it's like 5 years ago that we met at your open house in LA. I mean, that's just so unbelievable.
I know. And that's the thing about any of these you know, these teachings is that you actually meet a lot of your next best friends.
Yeah.
And it's funny because everybody throughout life has always said to me, Lisa, you're like the communicator. You're the communicator and you're the connector. And while it's funny, I actually bring people together, they reconnect, they connect with people or reconnect. And then it's like I leave. And as much as I'm very close to you and Jen, it's like I connected you and then I went, you know, and it's so funny how that happens. And I've got, you know, people from way, way back when I first started my TV show. We were all part of a group, and I created a membership group. And 2 people got married from that.
Wow.
And then what else happened? Oh, I've got 2 people who were best friends who now live in the same town, who lived on opposite ends almost practically of the US. So it's amazing how what we do, we're just facilitators of the communication and connectors.
Yes.
Which, think about it, that's all we're doing in spirit.
Yeah.
You're just facilitating that communication.
It is. And it's, you know, just even the principles you instill or what you're trying to build, you know, it's nice that, you know, when you do go, wherever you go, where you planted a seed, you know, and so you did the Sunday service there, and now, you know, I continue the Sunday service, right? It's like you planted that seed, you watered it, and now we're making it grow. And so, and then you go to Lilydale and you're planting a whole garden.
Yeah, that's a whole other kettle of fish.
But that was, you know, you're right. You are the connector, but there's so much pioneer work and and just true determination and service to spirit. And gosh, I mean, you wrote another book.
I know I finished it today. I was so excited. And it's hard, but you know what? I always say that when you dedicate your life to spirit, somehow you find the time, it all works out. And I was very fortunate, and you talk about the Sunday service. I was very, very fortunate where at the beginning of the Sunday service, I always used to write a message from spirit. And so those message from spirits, I used to get people say to me, can I have that message? Can I have that message? And I would give it away.
Yeah.
And, you know, it got to the point where I was like, I just want to put it out there. And so just chatting with my publisher over a glass of wine, as you do, he said, I read him some of this stuff and he went, this is amazing. And he went, why don't you write a book on it? I went, oh, no one's going to want this. And then before I knew it, I'd sent him all of this stuff. And I must have over 30,000 words of just channeled information.
Yeah.
So I just recreated it. I wrote around it, and I finally finished it today. I mean, literally two hours ago.
Wow.
Process, but I'm so excited. I really am, because it's come from just the work, just the raw connection that I have with spirit, and through the trance and through the mediumship and through the developing of the courses. It's kind of pulled it all together. It's beautiful.
Well, the best inspiration comes over wine.
Oh, I know it does.
It is the best ideas and the worst ideas.
Oh, plenty of those. We've both had many of those.
You know? Well, I'll just send that text message now. No.
That was me. And Colby, you were like, no,
stop.
Yeah,
abort mission. Pull up.
Yeah,
But
I remember it. Oh God.
so I do it too. But I think one of the greatest things though is how this book that you have just finished today is going to help people find their own connection with spirit, you know?
Yeah, and it will, because throughout the passages, the spirits which is called the Masters. In fact, we've entitled the book called The Masters. And it really is, they help you connect. They give you the life lessons.
Yes.
So we've got chapters. We've got, ironically, 11 chapters from everything from how to overcome challenges in life, what life is about, from love to endings, to death, to transition, to soulmates. So there's a lot, and spirituality as well. So there's a lot of life lessons that are encompassed within this book, and the knowledge that spirit give you is quite incredible. So therefore it's kind of huge. It's kind of this massive opportunity to learn directly from spirit, whether you have your own connection with spirit or not. And it's one of those books where if you're going through a bit of a bad day and just need a bit of a pick me up, open a page, you'll get to the right page, you'll get to what you need to hear, or you can read it from cover to cover. There's many ways of using this book, so I'm super excited for it to come out in October. I'm like, yay!
How exciting. You're gonna have to celebrate for sure.
Oh yes, I will, definitely.
And you've got 3 other books that are published as well that are helping people connect. One is helping students learn and grow and develop their own. One is your experience. So you've got 3 books already. This is going to be your 4th book?
It will, yeah.
Wow. And you've got a deck of cards.
I have a deck of cards, the Intuitive Soul cards, and I'm also working on another deck of cards, which will hopefully be out around the same time. So there's another deck. And then I've just, so from this book, it's inspired me to go into the next book as well. So I'll be working on that quietly over the next few months and letting that sort of like come together. But I have an awesome publisher who is just incredible. So I'm just very blessed that I'm actually working with him.
Yeah.
And I'm able to use them. We bring the books, even though they're in Australia, we're actually bringing the books through New Leaf distributors into America and all around the world. So it's awesome. It's fantastic. I'm so happy.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. He's always sent me really nice messages and always kind words. So that's it's a great relationship to have a nice publisher that you like.
I know. I didn't always like all of them.
So now you're teaching the summit in Lilydale, is that right?
I am. So mine is part of, because I'm taking the master teachers, which you know that course so well. Yeah, I know. Every time I mention the Claires, all my master teachers sort of run and hide, and I'm sure they're lying shaking in the corner, because it's such a tough lesson to teach when you're a master teacher. But I have 4 master teachers who are going through it this year. I wasn't planning on teaching master teacher this year, but I had 4 of them sort of like shake me, please. I was like, okay, sure. And so I'm bringing my master teachers in, and we're all teaching it together. We're teaching the summit as a collective. So actually my group will have the opportunity to learn with 4 experienced mediums, and then 1 experienced psychic as well. So we've got the specialized, obviously I'm part of that 4, but we've got 1 who is specialized in psychic as well. So we've got the diversity of the 2. One of them has done a lot of extensive training in the UK. So we'll be coming together with a lot of different knowledge from all over the world, because she's also from Iceland as well. So we've got a lot of different techniques that we'll be using as well. So, but I'm very blessed that I'm actually doing it in and around Lilydale as well. So that'll be fun.
Oh, that's really just great. It's great for anyone who's been there. I can't wait to go in July. So I'm so excited. You know, it's so funny actually. You know, this just dawned on me. 4 years ago, I did the master teacher, right? So yeah. I actually remember, I don't know if you remember, but I came in July just for a visit.
Yes, you did.
So that was 4 years ago. I came in July, and then you moved, and then we had to do the master teacher in New York, right? Remember? And that was October. And I quit my job to do it, which with no money, no savings. I really don't know what I was thinking. Well, I'm so glad. But now that I'm realizing this is 4 years later, I've taught 3 summits with you, and I'm teaching at Lilydale in July.
I know, it's awesome. And I've just got to say, I'm just going to say this. I tell everybody about you because you are, whether you call it a success story or not, but you are someone who, and anyone who really truly knows you knows that you don't like stepping out of that comfort zone. You're very, very shy and private.
I am.
You really are. And you are probably the one person that I admire the most who has stepped out of a comfort zone, given up a very, very secure job when you didn't have any security at all, and have launched yourself into this whole world, which was so diverse from what you used to do. And here you are now, sort of like rocking it. And, I tell everybody, I'm like, you know what, if you want to see someone who has done it, I said, look at Colby.
Yeah.
You really have. Your ears must burn all the time because I talk about you a lot. And I'm like, if you can't step beyond into fully surrendering into that gift and trusting in spirit, then why are you doing the work in the first place?
Yeah.
And that's what you did. You fully stepped into it and you gave up. I never forget you walking in the room at the first moment. I'm thinking, so she's interesting. Who have we got here?
Oh, right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And now look at us. We're like family.
I know. It's great. It's fantastic.
But, and I can always say I got to sleep in Lisa Williams' bed. So
You did.
all the beds, really. You had a bed anywhere you had a bed. I've gotten a chance to sleep in it. So
my house is huge in Lilydale, and every room at one point.
Yeah, it's Colbs, I need you in that room. Colbs, you got to go to that room. Colbs, I'm like, just that's fine. I'm good. So, but that really kind of is a testament to the kind of teacher that you are, creating that supportive space, creating the element to say, I get it. I know what you're going through. I know it's really tough, but I'm going to give you everything I got to support this leap you're about to make. You really do that. So it really is you.
Yeah, it's important to me, because I know what it's like. And this is the thing is, yes, I was on TV, and yes, I've done this stuff, and I've been all around the world. But the reality is that you have to be real. You have to be authentic in this work. You don't necessarily have to be spiritual to communicate with those who have crossed over. But having that real view and having that spiritual side to you is actually paramount, because if you don't, how are you ever really going to get to where you need to be? How are you fully going to surrender? And I try to remain authentic. And I was chatting with somebody only recently who is not really one of my students. He's done one course with me, my chancellor, a couple of weeks ago. And, he's like, I need to speak to you. And I said, sure, come around my house, come around, booked a time. And he came around, we sat there for a couple of hours. I helped him, gave him the same pep talk that I talked to you. And, and it's beautiful, because I feel as though then I can actually connect with people.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's about. It's about connecting with people and connecting to spirit, but connecting with people too.
Yeah, and I think it makes a difference, and obviously it makes a difference. So, do you remember? It's funny. In the master teacher, you made us do the meditation. Do you remember that? How we had to write a meditation, and so I did that. I literally just recorded it to use it in something. So again, it's kind of, you give these tools that really help give the solid foundation for someone who wants to do this work. You really give it to them for the longevity. It's not short-term stuff that you're giving and or teaching.
It can't be, because at the end of the day, your material is going to change naturally.
Yeah.
Your material is always going to change. You're always going to go with the flow, but it's structure.
Yeah.
When you actually create that structure, and when you can actually open your mind into that space of lesson planning, and which everybody hated at the beginning, but lesson planning the workshop, planning your PowerPoints, planning the meditations, planning everything. You'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And then what you can do is you can pull on it anytime you need it. I've done.
Yeah, it really helps. Or you can rearrange it or add something, modify. It is so helpful. But in working with people with classes, you have no idea how many times working with someone teaching, they've rolled their eyes at me at my lesson plan. And I'm like, oh, I've got my lesson plan. And I'm like... But it works. It works, and it helps alleviate stress, actually, because you're not worried about timing or what's coming up, or are you going to run short. You give everyone everything you've got, and I think people who know you know that that's what you teach and that's what you deliver, and that's what they're going to get from this summit experience.
Yeah, that's what I try to do anyway. I'm just glad that it's received that way, because I at the end of Master Teacher or the summit or any long course, I'm sort of like, in bed, and it's draining, because you do give your all.
Yeah.
There is no glass ceiling as far as I'm concerned. You're continually giving. And naturally, any teacher should have boundaries. So I always say to my students, listen, I still have to pee like you. So if you see me running to the bathroom, let me go. Don't ask me a question.
Yeah.
And so I'm very open with them. But everybody has to realize that there is a boundary. And I'll always state my boundaries. But if I'm in a certain position and I'm there, ask me a question. And I think it's really important that and that's what I've instilled in every teacher, is that they are open, that they continue to give, but they state their boundaries, because I think it's very healthy to have that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we've got some callers in queue. I told them to kind of maybe focus on some student development questions, developing their gifts. Are you open to kind of helping some people with their questions?
Absolutely. Bring it on.
Okay, cool. So again, here's the deal, you guys. You know the rules here. If you get through, turn off all your sounds, so no dinging, ringing, and blinging, and we want to make it the best experience for all the listeners here, okay? And have a student development question, a spirit development question. How can you connect to your guides? Something along those lines, and we'll see if we can get through a few callers here. And all right, so how about number 5? Is that 207? Okay. Okay, Hi, 207. This is Colby and Lisa. Who is this?
Kathy Martin.
Hi, Kathy. How are you, honey?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. We're taking kind of quick spiritual development questions. So do you have a question for Lisa that you can ask, and then we can answer that for you?
Yes, I feel I have a gift. And every day, every evening, I wake up at 3 a.m. and I feel that a Richard who has passed is trying to reach out to me. Do you see that?
How long has this been going?
A long time.
Okay, so do you know of a Richard who has crossed over, or or do you have a connection to a Richard?
Yes.
Okay, and could this be the same person? Could this be someone who has crossed over who wants to communicate with you?
Yes.
Okay, so and do you have much communication with him? Is it just at 3 a.m.? It's like, hey, you wake up.
I did at a few points, and he is also, in times of trouble, communicated to other people.
Okay.
On behalf of me.
Okay, so here's what I would suggest is, one, ask him to not wake you up at 3 a.m. All right.
Talking about boundaries, right?
Boundaries.
Yeah.
But the other, and you can do that. You can actually say, hey, I need a good night's sleep tonight. If you're going to wake me up, it's got to be for a damn good reason. Don't just stand there at the end of the bed and smile at me.
I wish.
I know. The other thing is to actually get a pen and paper. And get a pen and paper, a pen that kind of is easy to write with. And I just grabbed one here. I don't know why, but it, something with a felt tip or something that is going to be very, very, very easy to write with. These ballpoint pens in the middle of the night just don't actually work for you. And get yourself a pen and paper, and even if it's your eyes are shut, just write bullet points down. Write these bullet points down, this whatever he wants to tell you, and then go back to sleep. And in the morning, then you can look at what you've written down, and then you're able to reassess, and then you can start a dialogue. Then, you can actually start a dialogue in the day, in light, when you're fully conscious. And say, right, okay, Richard, what does this mean? What does this mean? And start that build up. You see, the reason why they come at night is because you're so easy to tap into their energy. They are so easy to sort of into you. Because you're already elevated up to their level, and they just need to drop themselves down a little bit, and then it's like, hey, here we go, and then you can connect. So you need to start a dialogue up with them. And even if you think it's your own imagination, it's going off on what you think that they're saying, just believe it. So for me, when I do a reading, I imagine I have a chair by the side of me. I imagine that they're sitting in that chair, and I'm like, what's up, dude? Who are you? And I start asking questions, and then suddenly they start talking to me, and that's what's going to help.
Yep, there you go, Kathy. Does that help, honey?
Yes, it does. Thank you so very much. You're the best.
You are welcome, and you have a beautiful night. And remember, let's start tonight with telling Richard to hold off on calling you at 3 a.m., okay?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Right,
bye. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I wouldn't want someone to call me at 3 a.m. Or text me at 3 a.m., right?
Oh my God, no. I mean, it's like my phone's on silent. My
Yeah.
phone's on do not disturb. If someone texts me, they are not going to get an answer until I'm fully awake. And
Yeah.
that happens in spirit too.
Yeah. No, that's
I
that's
set
good.
my boundaries. My sleep's important.
Now you're going to be teaching at Omega, right? When is this? When is Omega? What are you teaching? Let's talk about that for a
Oh my
second.
God. So Omega is, as I pull it up on my website, because it's like, it's crazy. But Omega is actually over my birthday. So it's a certification in advanced mediumship, which is running from the 17th of June to the 24th of June. And I did it last year. It's 7 days. It's advanced mediumship. It's a lot like the advanced certified mediumship. Everyone will get a certificate of completion, but if you want to go on to be a certified medium through my school, then there are, of course, the test. So that's going to be good. And then the week after, we're then doing the platform mediumship as well. So that's actually taking mediumship off to the stage, into large audiences, whether it's on TV, whether it's in groups of 8, whether it's the groups of thousands or just 100 or just maybe 20. It's really about sort of developing that platform style as well. So I'm kind of excited. Omega, I love it. It's if you've never been to Omega, it's just an amazing place. It's just such a spiritual place set in the middle of nowhere. It's just gorgeous. So I feel very, very blessed to actually go back. Most years actually I go back and teach there. So it's kind of exciting. I love it.
Oh, awesome. Okay. And then so people can just go to lisawilliams.com to see the events and to register and learn all the info.
Yeah, it's just lisawilliams.com /events.
There you go.
Yeah.
Easy. So, okay, great. Let's do another caller. But, I'll tell you what, though. I just thought last night I had the craziest experience I've ever had. And, we've had some pretty crazy ones, right?
Yeah.
I was having trouble falling asleep, kind of that tossing, turning. But so I wasn't sleeping. I know I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't dreaming because I hadn't fallen asleep. But my eyes were closed. And this was the craziest thing. Out of the blue, I got this unbelievable, electric shock right out of my chest. Kind of like when someone flatlines and you were to do that. And then I saw this flash of light, this tunnel with a flash of light. And I bolted upright. And I'm like, oh my God, what was that? And then I heard the other side. And I'm like, okay, not cool. So have you ever had that?
I've had something like that. Yeah, I've had something like that where it is just almost, you're in that in-between stage. And I've had many experiences where I've just literally shot myself out of bed. There was once I actually fell out of bed where that actually happened. And I'll go to sleep and I'll hear them all talking. I'm like, will you shut up?
Yeah.
But I've also had it where it's just been this surge of energy.
Yeah.
It's a surge of energy just coming out of you and just needing to connect. And I'm like, okay, I'm stop. Done.
Yeah.
I do this every day, all day.
Yeah.
Stop. Don't need it in my sleep.
Yeah. I was like, not cool. Not cool.
I feel the choice words would have come out of my mouth. Trust me.
Yeah. So, but it just made me think to share that with you. Let us do another call. How about 541? What is that? Area number 8, 541. So let's see, 541, you are on with Colby and Lisa, and do you have a question about your development?
Well, kind of. There's a bunch of us that are looking at opening a business, one doing tarot, one doing energy work, one doing mediumship.
Okay, and what is your name, honey?
My name is Toby. How you doing, Colby?
Oh, I'm doing beautiful, Toby. Nice to hear from you, honey. Yeah, so this feels really good to me. Lisa, what do you think?
Well, I mean, how many are there? Is there 5 of you?
3, right?
No, there's actually going to be 5 altogether. She was right on that.
Oh, I thought you said there were 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just felt as though there was going to be 5 of you all coming together and using one place like a center that was going to be almost like a revolving door. So I was seeing this kind of revolving door that you'll all be using. And I like it. I love it. It feels very, very promising. It feels really good. So it feels good to me.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Awesome.
yeah. Sorry, Toby, I misheard you. For some reason I thought you said 3. So.
Well, I just kind of said 3. There's going to be at least 3 things that we're doing there,
Oh,
maybe
3
more.
things.
So, yeah, we're all kind of calling in to see who could get a hold of you guys and ask about the business.
Well, thank goodness we said it's okay, or else half the phones would they would be like upset. No, well, that's good, and congratulations. And it's like taking that next step, you know.
It is.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, but it's exciting also.
Yeah. Well, congrats. See, and you have Lisa's blessing on it, so that's there you go. It's.
You don't need my blessing. You just need to believe in it.
All right, Toby. Thank you.
ladies.
You're welcome. Have a good night, hon.
Thanks. Bye.
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 Yeah, I mean, starting a place is a lot of work, and it's a lot of time and a lot of effort, and as you know.
Oh yeah, I do, and you know as well. I mean, you know, that was a huge step for you to sort of like step into that place and find your own space. But I find that when you do that, you then fully owning it on another level. You know, it's another level that, you know, and I'm sitting here in my own space. You know, and I love it because I know I've got my teaching room over there. I know I've got my reading room here. This is where I work. And it's just a place of sanctuary where you can come and just feel like connected to spirit.
Yes. Yeah.
It's amazing. I go into my teaching space across the, you know, in the next room, and I sit there on the table on the big mat. I've got a massive table, and I sit there and I'm like, okay, talk to me. What do I need to do? What is it that needs to happen? So, and it's amazing when they just talk to you. It's like my little home haven of spirit here. I love it.
Yeah, it is. It's really fun, and I think too, like, even though I've got this little space, it's nice that I've been able to kind of share it with some other mediums and people holding classes, just to kind of give it a community space that people can use to help facilitate their growth as well. And that's been kind of a nice blessing. You know me, I'm kind of a loner, so.
I get it. Me too.
So, but there is something so rewarding in serving spirit in a multitude of ways.
Yeah, definitely. And it is about, you know, finding different ways of working with spirit. It's not just communicating with loved ones. You know, there's various different ways of working with spirit and for the betterment of everybody else and for the highest good of other people. So, you know, it's just finding your niche and what works for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. How about another one? Number 9 is, no, let's do, sorry. I can't read. How about number 3, 818? Let's do an 818. That's a Valley person.
Valley.
Hello.
Hey, 818. This is Colby and Lisa. Who is this?
It's Mary.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
Hi, Mary.
Good. How are you?
Good.
Hello. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
I have a weird question. I have a weird question.
Okay.
Maybe kind of weird.
Nothing's weird in our world.
I realized late in my life, I'm pretty dyslexic, and I mean I transpose numbers. I transpose things all the time. So when I try to do some kind of development or spiritual stuff, I realize I transpose answers and things of that nature as well. How do I? And I don't know I'm doing it. I don't know if this makes any sense.
Totally
like if I read numbers, I'll read 35 instead of 53.
Yep.
If something spiritual comes up, I'll see the opposite instead of what I should be seeing.
Okay, so
which works out sometimes, but to get accuracy, how do I try to fix that?
Okay, so it may surprise you, it may not. As I said, nothing's weird in our world.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing your weirdness among weird people. Okay, you're in good company. But, you know what's funny is I used to do exactly the same when I was a child. So I used to see things and I used to read them backwards. And I used to read so I would always do this. And then what I would start to do, sort of as I was developing, is I would actually say to Spirit, okay, give me something that I need to see in this. So let's say, for instance, we're 35 and you're seeing 53. What is it that I need to see with this? And then slowly, what they don't show you the numbers, but they influence you to look at those numbers, and to get what you need to get. And the most important thing, and this is where people actually they don't kind of realize it, but you have to ask questions. The more you can ask the question, the more you can actually create a dialogue with spirit, the more actually you get reality and you get accuracy. So if you say to spirit, okay, I've got 53, but why are you showing me 35, for instance? You just need to ask them, say, okay, so what does this mean? And then the first thing that comes to your head, the first thing that you feel, the first kind of emotion that is attached to it, then say it. Because often they're going to be using your own knowledge and your own sort of emotions and your own senses to actually get the reality. And that's the thing. The biggest mistake is not asking the question. And that's what you have to trust. You have to trust, and you absolutely have to ask the question and allow the answer just to come.
And Mary, I would say own how you work. I mean, don't look at this as a hurdle for yourself. Don't look at yourself as less than because you work this way. If you're going to do a one-on-one or in front of people, I would just say to them, hey, you guys, here's the deal. I'm a little dyslexic, so I got to tell you, I may transpose the numbers. I'm going to do my best to get this right, but I just want you to think if it's transposed, if I give you something as well. Just to own who you are, so that you're not feeling self-conscious about it.
Yeah, it's important,
Oh, that's true.
You don't be self-conscious. We all get things. It's like sometimes, so for instance, I'll say, I've got your father here, but it's your father-in-law or it's your stepfather.
Yeah.
Because we can't, because the thing is sometimes it's not clear. It's really not clear. Unless it's like, hey, I'm dad and this is what happened. It doesn't always work that way. And it's about the merging of the energies. And so don't ever think of yourself as not good enough. It's just merging of the energies. That's all it is. And it's just working with spirit and trying to kind of match your energies together.
Yeah. So I hope that helps, Mary.
It does. Is that the same with synchronicities? Ask them what they're trying to show me.
Yeah.
This is a weird coincidence, but I don't know why.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Lisa said, just kind of go back to asking those questions and then really diving deeper to the answer. So anyhow, Mary, I hope that helps. I think it sounds like you're building a house there, so we're going to let you go.
I'm sorry. I'm hiding at work.
That's okay. That's all right. You can get out of the closet now, literally, and enjoy the rest of your work night, okay?
Thank you. Can I stay on to listen?
Yeah, we're going to let go of the call, but you'll still be able to hear the show. Absolutely.
Thank you, ladies. Happy Easter.
Thanks, Mary.
Bye. Yeah, I mean, you could see, I think as mediums, light workers doing this work, a lot of us feel a little self-conscious anyway beginning, right? I mean, it's just crazy.
I mean, seriously, because you always feel a little bit crazy and a bit cuckoo, because what's going to happen is you don't feel normal,
right?
And I had a student today who said to me, I've realized I'm different. And I went, no, what you've realized, you're never different. You're actually normal for like-minded people like yourself. I said, but the thing is, what is normal? So you're going to find different levels of normal. You can have someone who thinks talking to UFOs is weird, but in their group, it's normal.
Yeah.
You're going to have people who believe in fairies and angels. Are they weird? No, they're just normal in their circle. So it's actually realizing that you're normal, and it's finding people. And I think this is very key. And I was writing about it today. Finding people in your circle that you relate to, and realizing it's okay to let go of people. When you let go of people who no longer serve you, who you've kind of held on for a long time, when you actually finally let go of that person who is not serving you or doesn't support you, then you're free to be whoever you are.
Yeah.
And it's like realizing you have to own you. You have to own your own gift. No one else can do that for you. I can teach you all the tools in the trade. I can give you, I can create this amazing medium or amazing psychic, but I can't do it for you. I can give you the tools for you to be it, but you have to find the confidence. You have to step into that. No one else can do that for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great point, because a lot of people, whatever level they are engaged in at that point, you know, whether it's trying to come out to their family or their coworkers, or they're doing the work and it's, you know, finding their tribe. You're right. There's people that are going to come in and people that are going to go. And it's just always being true to yourself. And because at the end of the day, it's all you got.
That's all you got. That's all you got. And you know what? You go out of this world in the same way as you come in, and you go out as you.
Yeah.
You know, come in as you, and it's really you that molds who you are. There's no, there's nothing else. I mean, life experiences mold it, but you make choices on how you react to it. So at the end of the day, you've got to make your own choice, and you've got to make a choice of what makes you feel happy.
Yes.
And it's about finding that happiness and finding that acceptance within yourself.
Yeah.
It's not anything else.
It's so true. Finding not about what you think the steps are or what you think success is, but really finding what's going to fulfill you and your happiness and your soul.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I totally agree. So how about we do one more caller? We're almost at the end of the show. We've got just a couple minutes left. So this one will have to be a quick one. But so the next person who gets through, you know the rules. You get 1 minute. That's it. Know your question. Don't you love it? I get to be so bossy. No. They love it though. They love it. We have such a great group of followers and listeners. They show up every week. So couldn't be more blessed here. Yeah. How about number, what's that? 413. Is that 18? Okay, here we go. 413. This is Colby and Lisa. We've only got like a minute. So who is this?
Hi, this is Wendy.
Hey, Lindsay, how you doing?
I'm great. I have a question for you about work. I'm in the middle of transitioning to a new partner, a new life, and work is chaotic and crazy, and my boss is not. So want to know what my future holds.
Okay. Here's what I will actually say is it's about getting everything, your ducks in a row. It's about getting everything organized. I feel as though you're actually taking this step. This is a new lesson for you. I don't know why I keep seeing a cat. I don't know why. It's almost like either you've got 9 lives, or this is going to be an opportunity for you to kind of like move around it very much cat-like, because you've got to almost go very, very particular about how you go, and you've got to have your ducks in a row. But I actually don't see it being a problem. And I actually feel as though the work is a little bit of a different, a little bit of a transition, a little bit of a change. I actually feel as though it's going to work out well. I actually see a good relationship with a boss or with whoever you're working with.
So there you go. I hope that helps.
That's perfect. Thank you, guys.
You are so welcome. All right. Have a good night. Well,
Good night.
Lisa, thank you so much. Now, we've got this summit. We're taking applications now, right? So if they go on the LWISSD.com website, it will say 2018 Summit. They can look at what the course entails, the details. They can look at the master teachers to see which one they're drawn to and submit an application. Any advice for the application?
Just be as thorough and don't be scared of it. Okay. Listen, it's a lot of questions. Don't be scared of it. Be as thorough as you can. And just be honest. If you've never done it before, be honest, but submit a photograph that we can actually see your face, because that's the key, because we can look at your face and go, yeah, you got it. So, it's important for you to actually just be open and transparent.
So no sunglasses.
No sunglasses. Remember that one, Colby. Yeah, no sunglasses.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. Again, I know you've such a busy schedule. You sat there and finished writing a book and then still made time for me today. So, and for the listeners. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And have a great night. And thank you so much.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.